everyone, I made a huge discovery. We are here in MCHOWL, California, and I have found the secret to the universe, a bottle. That's right, hurry, a bottle that will turn everyone here, everyone in the world into furries. We gotta watch out for these trees though. These trees will have squids, fishes, octopuses, gooder stuff. So we gotta find this bottle and we gotta find it now. Let's go, let's do this, woo! Right there, right there. You gotta get this in. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Let's grab it. Okay, yeah, all right. Whoa, what is that? What just happened? I grabbed this and what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
How did I get here?
Who are you?
I don't know.
Where are you from? Where are you from, my man?
Dreamland.
This has to do something with that artifact. Done it. Oh my god.
What artifact?
This artifact, man. It's this artifact that did all of this. And we have to end it now. Take this artifact and go home, Benji. Go home. You can do this.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
The portal is open. Go, 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 go! Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of All About a Fursuiter, the Furry series where we interview furries. Get to know a little bit more about the furry fandom. One fursuiter at a time, yes. So, I hope you all enjoyed the last interview we did with Warwolf. That was also an interview with an amazing person and an amazing guest. Also, I hope you enjoyed that little skit that me and my friend Rusty did, who is holding the camera. Special thanks to Rusty for helping me out with this video. We'll leave a link to his Twitch and social media links down in the description down below, along with the person who we are interviewing today. Yas. The first suitor interviewed today is an inspiring furry artist, an amazing furry artist, and just an amazing person in general. And that person is none other than Panda Paco, also known as Paco Panda. He's inspired many furry artists to get where they are, and he's just done a lot for this furry fandom. So that's why I decided to interview him today and have you guys learn more about him and more about the furry community. So let's go. So as always, I'll ask Paco 5 questions, and we will get to learn more about him. So without further ado, let's head right into it. Yeah! So the first question for you, my dude Paco, is what inspired you to get into art?
All started when I had the need of wanting to capture the things that I imagined and the characters that I had in my mind. Of course, I was inspired by the comics I read as a child, also in cartoons and animated films. If other people could do drawings of imaginary characters, why couldn't I do mine? I started drawing at a very young age, but I didn't really take it seriously until I was 14, when I started to study techniques, to practice a lot more, and for this to become a passion. Suddenly, the magic was already happening.
So the second question, my dude, I think this is a 2, this is probably a 2, I don't know, it might be a 2, anyway, the second question for you, my dude Paco, is what was the inspiration behind your name, Paco? Yes.
It is a long story, but I will try to keep it short. When I was around 8 or 9 years old, I liked to imagine that the characters in the Tailspin show were my friends, and so if I was part of their world, then I also needed to be a bear like Baloo and Kit. So I was drawing myself as a bear, not a particular species of a bear, but I was part of their adventures. And that's when at the school they took us to an excursion to visit the Chapultepec Zoo in Mexico City. I saw pandas for the first time in person, out of a documentary or pictures and magazines, and I completely fell in love with those particular bears. I started to do a lot of research on bears, but especially on pandas, and I even started to draw myself as a panda, so that I could include myself in the stories of my imagination. I grew up, and that character that represented myself was still with me, even though I no longer included myself in the Tailspin show, but in stories that I myself created in my mind. I began to imagine new characters. They were all animals. Among them were characters from my known comic, like Arthur Raccoon, Julio the Grizzly Bear, and the little brother Nemorio. Since then, I have always been a panda, which I decided to name Paddington, thanks to a dream I had, where they announced Paddington the Panda, and that panda that I used to draw come on stage. At that moment, I woke up and that name was so catchy on my mind, so I wrote it on a notebook so I couldn't forget about the name. Something that made my pride in being a panda even more solid was when I was a teenager and I was crazy about music, especially punk rock. In those years, a punk rock band came out in Mexico called Panda, which was not only music that I like a lot, very much in the style of Blink-182, Green Day or The Offspring, but they also had a name that became very emblematic for me. So when I was a teenager, I kept drawing my panda, but now with the excuse of being a fan of the band. That's why I decided to include this punk hairstyle on my character.
Now the third question for you, Paco, is... what is it like being a furry in Mexico?
I couldn't speak for the entire furry community in Mexico because everyone has had their own experience, but I can tell you what my own perspective on the fandom has been in this country. When I got in the fandom, here in Mexico there was no fursuiters at all. I'm talking about 2008, and everyone here said that fursuiters and conventions were something that only happened in the United States and Europe. But I have been able to see the community here growing up. In 2008 and 2009, national furry events were organized and we had up to 30 or 50 people attending, and for us there were already too many people. And suddenly around 2011, we finally began to see some fursuiters in the meetings. And the meetings back in 2013 were already starting to be 80 to 100 attendees. A great leap when in 2017 it was possible to gather more than 200 people in an event that already seemed like a convention. And the following year, for the first time, there was a convention in Mexico. This was Confuror in Guadalajara, with more than 500 attendees from not only Mexico, but they had also come from many Latin American countries, also from United States and Canada. Last year, that same event had more than 100 attendees, so we have been able to see that the community here has grown by leaps and bounds. And therefore, as the same that happened in the United States, the media here also already know what furry fandom is, what all this is about. Documentaries have been released that some can be very embarrassing, or others that can make us look very good and make us feel proud of our community, because here we have also followed the example of being a philanthropic community that is not only about fun and people disguised as animals, but also supporting different associations through charities, and that greatly encourages for creativity and the talent of the people of our fandom.
Now the fourth question for you, Paco, is what is it like having traditional Mexican cuisine?
Now let's talk about food, eh? One of my favorite things in life. Also, talking about Mexican cuisine is a fairly extensive topic. Each region in Mexico has its own dishes. You could take a tour of all states and taste quite exquisite things. If you come to Jalisco, which is where I live, you'd find carne en su jugo, tortas ahogadas, or birria. If you go to Yucatan, you will find cochinita pibil or lime soup. Or if you go to Puebla, you would find mole or chiles en nogada. Even talking about tacos is finding a great variety that is different in each region. That is probably that you will not find in Mexico, and it may be kind of disappointing for many, are burritos, nachos, or fajitas, because that is more Texan food, the so-called Tex-Mex, of which I don't complain either because it is also very delicious. But my favorite Mexican dish is enchiladas, especially enchiladas suizas, which have a green tomato sauce with cream and cheese. Now I'm hungry!
And now, the fifth and final question is for you, Paco, and that is, to someone who is starting out in art or drawing, what are some tips that you, my friend, can give them?
Oh, it's so good that we're coming back to talk about art, because I was going to start eating the drawing I'm doing, yum 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 yum. And about the question, of course, I can give some tips. What I have noticed is that for many who are starting to draw, they are very frustrated that things don't turn out on the very first try, as we all hope that magically excellent drawings come out. But everything has a process. At the beginning we all do drawings that we don't like or that don't turn out as expected. But we learn from our mistakes and we figure out how to correct them. But to learn how to correct them, you need to obtain knowledge. So it is important to learn techniques, to watch tutorials, to watch courses, observe how other artists do it, how they solve the drawings. If your problem is how to draw hands or how to paint fur, check how other artists draw hands and how they paint fur. So it is important to learn, obviously, but also to practice and find that passion for drawing, that you really like doing it. The more you practice, the more you learn, and the better your lines come out, each time you will want to draw even more often. Remember that not everything you draw has to be a masterpiece. Fill many sketchbooks with doodles, but most importantly, enjoy doing it a lot. Have fun! Hey Benji, thank you for inviting me to this interview. I really appreciate you very much and I can't wait to see you in person so I can give you a big panda hug. But before saying goodbye, I would like to show you a drawing that I finished for you. I really hope you like it! See you!
So I want to give a big thanks to Paco for being in this interview. Seriously, it means so much to have you here. You're an awesome artist. You're someone I've looked up to for a while. Not even kidding, Paco, if you're watching this, really, you're someone I've looked up to, and it means a lot that you are here. It really does. If you guys want to check out Paco or even commission him, I'll leave his commission link down below along with social media. Be sure to commission him. He is freaking amazing. He even made this thing of Benji. He's awesome. Check him out. He's awesome. So I'll leave all that down below. Also, if you want to check out Rusty and some of his Twitch streams, I'll leave a link down below too, because he's helped me a lot with these videos. Serious thanks to him. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to give this a like, subscribe. But for always, and for always, I bid ya farewell.